Hello. This is the assignment that you're going to do during class on the alternate day. So, on your remote day. So, if you are a Rancocas student, you're going to do this classwork on Thursday. If you are in the Delaware cohort, you're going to do this classwork on Friday. Okay? So, I have example here and a video as well as detailed instructions. This is what your assignment is going to look like when you're complete, okay? I have a chart for you to fill out, and then you're going to follow along with the instructions and export it and import it into this assignment. Now, as usual, we're going to copy and paste the vector.com URL in our Google Doc at the beginning, just in case we lose it or something happens or we need to finish it later, okay? So let's get started, and we're going to keep that in mind to do at the beginning. So we're going to follow along here. First thing you want to do is you want to download this chart. So click on this link to download this chart. And you should see it downloading. Yours will probably download to your Google Drive. And then you want to open a new drawing in vector.com, use online. You should be watching this video on a second device or in a split screen so that you can pause or replay as needed. Okay? You can pause now and do that if you are not doing that yet. Okay, so once we have our blank drawing here, we are going to upload that drawing that we just downloaded. The way we do that is this cloud tool right here. This allows us to upload images into our drawing. So it's the last thing that I downloaded. It's in my downloads folder. Probably it's in your Google Drive. I'm going to open, and this is what it looks like. And it's a little smaller than our drawing page, so it's perfect size. Once you have this in your drawing, you want to right-click and lock the object. Now on a Chromebook, it's two-finger tap to right-click and choose Lock Object. You need to make sure that was selected in order to lock it. If it's not selected, you won't have that option to lock it, so it needs to be selected. Now, from here, before we even start on the assignment, let's copy this URL. So we're going to select it and copy it. And we're going to go into our Industrial Arts Google Doc and paste this URL. So we have it in case something happens to our assignment. Mine is easily found by going to our recents, or you can type Industrial Arts in the title or the search bar, and this will come up. So this is, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 assignments so far. So this is components of slot construction. You can type it, or you can go back to the assignment and copy the title. Okay. Components of slot construction. And you can paste it here. Just remember, if you do that, well, first of all, it gets really big. But second of all, then you're going to have to recopy and paste your URL from here. So make sure you have that copied and paste. So imagine mine wasn't there, yours will not be. And you can make this a normal size if it comes in all big like that. Okay, and then you can come back to this URL in case something happens with that drawing, or you have to finish it later. Okay, so From here, you're going to start with your object. Now, my example, I just used a square because it's super easy. You can use any symmetrical shape you want, but I would start with a square, and you can go back and redo it the second time after you've practiced with me the first time. Okay, oops. Go back to your vector drawing, or you're in it, and choose the rectangle. And if you just click, this will make the perfect size square, okay? 80 by 80. If you look in the dimensions, it's 80 by 80. That's what we need. You want to determine the height of the object. Well, we just said it's 80 by 80, so the height is 80, and you're going to type that number in there, 80 pixels. Let's make it a color we can see. This eyedropper, by the way, allows you to choose a color that's already existing. That's a cool feature. I'm going to make this bigger. And then for C, you want to take half of that. So half of 80 is 40. Now, instead of retyping, I'm going to copy and paste that one, and I'm going to change 80 to half of that, which is 40. Work smart, not hard. Okay, once you have that, you want to create the slot for this object. So the slot needs to be 10 pixels wide because cardboard is 10 pixels wide, and the height is going to be half of your original. We want it to go halfway up, which we said was 40. So let's draw a slot, and then we're going to go over here to the dimensions. You got to make sure this lock is off, or else these two numbers will change with each other. You want to be able to change them separately. So this lock needs to be blank. Okay, so again, it's going to be 10 pixels wide because that's how wide cardboard is. You don't have to write the PX. It will automatically put it there for you. And we need to go halfway up the object. So if the object is 80 pixels, we need to go 40 pixels high. So we're going to type 40 pixels here. So 10 pixels by 40 pixels is what we need. And that's the perfect size slot. Now, this slot has got to be different than this square. So I'm going to change the color. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to do the next two steps, okay? Or step E and step F. Step E and step F is this is going to be the top piece here, and this is going to be the bottom piece. So we're going to combine these two to make the top and the bottom. You want to duplicate or copy and paste that one, and you want to copy and paste the slot. Now, if you change the size accidentally, this is so teeny tiny, it's easy to change the size. You want to Control Z or recopy and paste the original. Okay, this needs to remain 10 by 40 pixels. So if you accidentally change the size, you have to either fix it or recopy the correct one. Okay, so once you have those two duplicated, you want to select both of them. So just drag across both of them. Do not select other things by accident, okay? Like that. You want to just select these two things. So just those two, okay? You need them both selected in order to do step 1, 2, and 3, okay? Now, step 1 is you're going to right-click on a Chromebook, 2-finger tap, and choose Align Center. Now, if this is not an option, you must not have them both selected. Maybe when you right-clicked, you unselected one. I do that a lot. So you need to make sure they're both selected. Then I'm going to right-click again and Align Bottom. And then you're going to subtract that from the square. So click on subtract. Now, again, if these 4 choices are not here, you don't have the 2 objects selected. You need to make sure these 2 objects are selected. So you're going to subtract the slot out, and the top piece is done. Now for the bottom piece, we're going to duplicate or copy and paste your shape again, and then we're going to copy and paste the slot, always 10 pixels wide, and half the height of the object. And we are going to select both of them. We're going to right click and center it again, align, center. And this time we're going to put the slot on the top, the opposite of what we did in the first one. So align, top. And then you want to subtract again. So now we have our two pieces and they slot together perfectly. Okay, so if we cut this out on the laser cutter, they would be two rectangles, two squares that fit perfectly inside of each other to make a slot construction. Okay, so what do we do now? Now we want to export and paste our URL. So we're going to, export our image. Before I do that, I'm going to copy my URL, although I think I had it copied from before. And we're going to export our image, download. This will allow us to insert it into the assignment. So you go back to the assignment and choose Submit Assignment. And in this text entry, you're going to click here. You're going to paste your URL, hit Enter or Return to twice. Then you want to insert an image. So insert image and choose Upload Image. Then you need to click on that rocket ship. And mine is in the Downloads folder. Yours is in your Google Drive, most likely. So this is the last one that I downloaded, and that looks perfect. And if not, I click on the trash can and find the correct one. If it's good, I submit it. That puts the image in my text box here for the assignment. So I have the URL and the image, and I'm ready to submit the entire assignment. So submit assignment. And if it says submitted, yay, over here, you can double check to make sure that the details are accurate. Click on the details, and there's the URL, and there is the image. I'm going to click on the URL just to make sure it opens correctly. And this is what I will see as your teacher when I go to grade it. Perfect. Okay. And then if everything's good, you can close out the assignment and you can close out your vector drawing, and that's it. Thanks for watching.